Hi everyone. So today let us discuss one of the questions that I've taken. What are your solutions to reduce the car cancellation rate on the Uber waiting page? So this is under problem solving and analytical. So we would be all following the approach that we have been following, trying to clarify, then see what else can we do. So we will begin by clarifying the question. Then we will think about the user pain point or not pain point but the user itself who is a user, and then comes the pain point, and then after comes the solutions, risk associated with it, and before that we can think about some of the success metrics. I think I've added one more success metrics for this. So if we'll begin by clarifying the question. So it says that it is pretty I think simple. On the Uber waiting page we need to reduce the car cancellation rate. So a general assumptions I would make for the regarding the geography part. Let's say we are only focusing this for India region and only for the web, not for the currently not for the mobile, only for the web. And anything else that I need to know? Uber waiting page. Now I will can give a brief about the specific page that uh, is mentioned on the uh, from Uber waiting page. Now, what does that Uber waiting page means? That it is the page when someone has booked the. It is the page when someone is waiting for the vehicle to arrive, or the someone waiting for their drive. Time between successful booking of the drive to the actual start of the drive. So this is the uh, waiting page that a user sees. So we need to reduce the car cancellation rate. Now we have understood what does this waiting page mean. Now we will think about the car cancellation rate. I mean, we just verify or assume what we are doing. Now car cancellation rate. So this is the rate at which users cancel their ride. Now we have not been given any. This is a weekly or a daily rate or a monthly. It could be anything yearly. Now for timing, for this, let's say I'm saying daily rate for a particular day, and anything else. And now if you think about solution part, what exact solutions we can think about, that we will think in the when we will talk about the solution. For now, it is clear that we need to reduce the daily number of car cancellation, and that rate, or let us clarify it a bit further, that rate is in percentage terms. And for this conversation, let us take this, it is a 10% car cancellation, daily 10%. Number of people who book the ride uh, from the time they uh, do not actually take that actually start the ride. So 10% of users cancel the ride after booking the ride. Just the reason for booking canceling the ride could be anything. But today we are focusing on improving the waiting page. Why? Because we believe, so we are assuming, let us say we are assuming that we can make the wait a bit easier or little less implicit. Okay, and exact pain points we will discuss in the third point when we come to the exact pain points. Why user, since we have selected that this is the waiting queues that we need to work on. And okay, I think we have clarified what. Now, if you think about the user, so I will, let's say I, an average user I am assuming for this case is someone going to office at 8 a.m. Their boarding location is near Neat Vihar, Delhi, and they take the Uber or they book Uber at emergency situation. What does this mean? That emergency situation? It means that for their daily commute, they generally take the metro, but under some circumstances they may be late due to family emergency or any such situations. Uh, they may get late dropping their child to school. It could be any number of situations. So under that emergency situation, they take the Uber, and the actual distance that uh, from the home to the office they need to travel is around 23 kilometers. And since this is a transportation, and we need to be, traffic is, I would say, little too moderate, and we have described the key use case for this user is that they take this Uber, they book Uber in an emergency situation because they believe it would be faster to reach the office since they will be taking a separate from boarding to the final destination, separate vehicle. Okay, now if I can think of some of the pain points specifically related to the waiting page, because we need to think about the waiting page in terms of car cancellation. So pain points related to the waiting page. Now, if I think about the pain point waiting page scenario or waiting page design, what all information does it provide to user who has booked the app? So I think it provides the first of all it provides the how much time it is left for their actual ride to start, and what is the distance uh, the car is from their actual location. So a very basic information is provided to the user, and but the actual pain point, I would say, I will come to the information, what additional information you can provide. But the actual pain point, I believe, in this case, especially to the waiting page, is that the waiting is painful experience. And given this specific use case that we are discussing, and given the use case, it is rather more painful because in this case, user is always optimizing for the best alternative best alternative in terms of time, not cost, because here they are late for the office and they need to reach the office in the fastest way possible, so they are actually not optimizing for the cost or the expense that they will, but for the time which medium transportation will help them reach the destination faster and safely. So for them, okay, I described the second part. Now, waiting, I explained that it is generally a very painful experience, not implicitly visible, but whenever the more detailed information you provide regarding the how much weight or what is exact location, the more I think user becomes aware of different experiences. What we can do in this, what we can do or think about some of the more, I think. Any other pain point that I can think of? I can see yes, yes, very basic, white and more creative ways would be employer to engage. So this is not exactly a pain point, but I believe that there is very little creative ways to actually pass the time or the amount of time that is between the booking the app and the actual right to start. Now, if I can think of some of the solutions for this, so now solutions could be designing more engaging experience page.